Okay, guys, I know Father's Day was last month, but I mean, I had to do this. I am going through the Genshin ABCs, and what better character to start off with than Arlecchino?
I am the knave, Arlecchino, fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. The children of the House of the Hearth call me Father.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, welcome to my Genshin drawing series thingy. I don't know how far I get, but I have made a list of 26 characters, the same letters as the alphabet, which is why today I'm starting off with A for Arlecchino. Aside from just wanting to draw her in general, I just figured this would be something silly. A YouTuber that I used to watch a really long time ago, Drawing with Waffles, did an ABC series, except for they did characters from multiple medias. And I don't know, it takes me a while to do fan art, and Genshin is one of my favorite games, and I want to motivate myself to do it. So if I turn it into a challenge, I'm more likely to finish it, if that makes sense. Holding myself accountable and whatever, and I don't know, the excitement of finding out who's gonna be what letter, because some characters, I think there's like 3 letters that don't have characters for them yet. I know Natlan is coming out soon, and I even have a Natlan character planned for it, but you'll have to see that in the future. But yeah, some letters just don't have character names, so I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But yeah, for now it's A for Arlecchino, or Father, if you will. I do love this character. Unfortunately, I was 110 pull short from getting her, but I did get a guaranteed 5-star banner 5-star for my next one, which happened to be Nilou. Very excited. I just recently cosplayed her, and now I have her. But yeah, I'm happy to start off with Arlecchino. It's a bit of a scary one, but you know, whatever. I think clothing accuracy aside, things are going good.
I would advise you to keep your secrets close to your chest. Divulge them too easily, and you never know where the wind might carry them.
When I first started this piece, the clothing detail really got to me. I have this whole thing where I'm like, oh, it needs to be perfect, it needs to be perfect, it needs to be perfect. But what I should be telling myself is that it needs to be recognizable. And I think from my sketch, it is recognizable, right? I feel as though when you are creating fan art and or creating characters for a thing, or even trying to get readability on your characters, you know that when people are going to be drawing this character, they may not know all of these small, tiny details that you put into it, right? Only we who have created the characters knows why there is a band-aid on their right knee and not the left knee. Only we know why one of their bangs is blunt cut, you know? Only we know why their shoes are constantly untied in every photo. So thinking about that logic and giving more readability over like true one-to-one recreation, by letting go of the this is not going to be like Arlecchino like perfect, this is going to be Arlecchino Cyrus's version, really kind of helped me loosen up and stop dreading this drawing so much. And I think that with the creative choices that I did include, and the creative choices that I decided to emphasize, it still, like I said, reads Arlecchino while also still being a very nice piece. I focused definitely on a lot of the things that I liked the most, and also some things that I wanted to practice on. More so the metal working on her outfit, also just kind of that really cool design on the kind of vest shirt part, the very intricate brooch that she wears on her neck, and practicing some frills with her sleeves. Don't look too closely at them, they're a bit but I like them in the end. I think overall, when this piece gets done, it's just like a nice picture. I actually want to print it out myself. That's how much I really like it. And if you want to see a full version of it, I will definitely be posting it on my Twitter and also on my Instagram and my Patreon if you want to see it there. But yeah, I don't know. Doing this, I felt very proud of myself. I felt very, just like happy. It had been a while since I've done fan art. I used to do a lot of fan art back in 2015 when I first started on Instagram and kind of took a break since then. So it's happy to be back in the chair.
Only in the grip of winter do people truly appreciate the warmth of flames.
Moving on to kind of my coloring and rendering, I do my typical process of first outlining the entire piece. I know Procreate has a function in which you can select the outline, but every time I do that, it just makes it really crunchy, and I don't know how to not get that. When I look at other people's artworks, like they don't have it. Maybe it's because they go back and clean it up, but I feel like going back and cleaning it up is just as much time as it took for me to manually outline this piece, so why not just manually outline it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I lay down my flats after that, and then go into my rendering stage. I think it's so funny that watching this time lapse back, I'm like, wow, I do render kind of fast, and it's honestly because I got into a bit of emotion with it. I know that when I lay down my flats after that, I just select the layer, go above it, put on my clipping mask, set the shadows to a darker, more saturated color, and lean it a little warm or a little cool, depending on the lighting that I want. And then for my highlights, usually I'll just kind of glaze with an airbrush, and or if it's metal or something really intricate, I'll go in and kind of really define those shapes. But I feel like I've talked a lot about art stuff and not a lot about the character. So I'll go into that right now. I chose Arlecchino for A because one, I think they are a very beautiful character. I love their energy, I love their vibe. I actually have them on my cosplay list. And I think I liked them, like, literally when I first saw them during that little kind of Fatui thing they did for, spoiler alert, Signora's Nam Nam Nam. If you know, you know. When I saw Arlecchino in that, I was like, who is she? And then when I finally got to Fontaine and realized that she would be featured in that arc, I got super excited. And then I found out people were calling her father, and I was like, let's go! I love this woman. And then just interacting with her and seeing her, and I'm like, oh, she's a girl dad! She's a girl dad! But also she's like, I don't know, she's so badass, but also caring. And then if you play her character story, it just also gives another light to her. I feel like Arlecchino is a very intense character, and a very passionate character. It makes 100% sense why she is Pyro, but also in that, that intensity and passion also leans towards positive things too, right? She is scary as she is caring. She is powerful as she is graceful. She is kind of, I don't know, like, just a mix of things that I think creates a really good character. And I love her dynamic within the Fatui, but also her dynamic that separates her from the Fatui, right? Although the House of the Hearth is the Fatui, I feel as though Arlecchino treats the children of the House of the Hearth a lot different than she does the other members of the Fatui. And obviously it is because there is that kind of parentalship. And also just kind of, like I said, if you play her character story, a bit of the beginnings of the House of Hearth, and even why she decides to go by father when she takes over the House of Hearth. It's just all, I don't know, just good story, and just adds on to why I love her so much. I definitely just, next time her banner runs, like, I just gotta go for it. Like, hopefully, like, I have a better job by then, and I'm just like, I can just cash out. I know it's bad. I know it's bad, guys. But I'm like, I want her so bad. So I don't know. Maybe if I get like commission money, I'll like put it aside for it. I'll just put it like an Arlecchino tip jar. And if you want to help me try to get Arlecchino, you could always go for my Patreon or my Ko-fi and commission me. But yeah, like I don't know. Genshin has just so much in my brain. Um, and I love it. But this P paint's almost over, so we're gonna head over to my kind of finishing statements before I show you the full product. Alright guys, like I said before I show you the final product, I just want to give a little shout outs to a couple of things. If you want to find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Artfight, Patreon, Ko-fi, any of the socials, it will be at It's8bit. I currently do post NSFW stuff on my Patreon and also on my Twitter. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. If not, I'll probably edit this out, but whatever. And I also tweet funny, silly things and post memes on Instagram and TikTok. So if you want to follow me there, feel free to. And yeah, that's probably the only plugs I have. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please enjoy the final piece.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see. Flames course through my body like blood. This may be nothing but a figure of speech to some, but for me, it's the harsh reality of my existence.